My name is Doug McSween, and I have the honor of introducing Les Gillis, who did tremendous in the boxing world. Just to say the least, as I go through, I've been a boxing fan all my life and greatly interested in it and followed it. Ambrose alluded to that, but that's got nothing to do with tonight. As I look at Les's record, 31, 4, and 1. 35 fights. That's almost a coat of paint under 90% winning rate. So anybody that is in any sport that has a 90% winning rate, that's stunning in itself. When I look at it continuing, he had 252 rounds boxed. His career began in 1959 and ended in 1971, so approximately 12 years of activity. Les started as an amateur at the age of 16, had 17 fights, then turned pro under the guidance of the legendary Johnny Nemus. Career highlights are as follows. 1966, Canadian Junior Lightweight Championship, defeating Delmer Buddy Day of Halifax. I think the fight was fought in the Savoy Theatre. 10th round TKO. 1966, title defense against Rocky Gil Boulet, 4th round KO. 1968, Junior Lightweight Championship. Now this is the North American title. So when we look at ourselves and we say Nova Scotia, Provincial, Maritime, Canadian, this was North American Junior Lightweight Championship, defeating Tibby Brown of New York, 7th round KO. 1968, he's ranked in the top 6 of the British Empire Junior Lightweight title. 1969, this is an important factor because it's a debate down the rack for anybody who goes to the rack. They're always looking at a mural on the wall of who it is. Is it Blair Richardson, Tyrone Gardner? No, it's Les. 1969, defeating Lawrence Hafey in Glace Bay Forum. So this is on the wall at rack. But continuing, in my opinion, the most important fight of all the boxing fans I followed it was against Francis Rocky McDougall. Now this fight was for the bragging rights. No Waterford versus Sydney, no Waterford versus the world, didn't matter. The fight took place on their grounds in Sydney. That's like moving right across the world in those days. Of course, we were all in there backing them up and everything else. But the interesting thing about the fight, and I could be a little bit wrong, but with the photographic memory here, he was right on the other day. Les fought, as the fight started, the orthodox stance, left, right. But he came in, as always, tremendously conditioned, ready for the fight, but he did something very few athletes could do, shift and go southpaw, and continued to win the fight, threw Rocky McDougall totally off. This is in comparison of a baseball player that's got a big shot one way and all of a sudden has it the other way. The only other guy that could shift in the middle of a fight and do that was Marvin Hagler, so that's a big time company you're in. And by the way, Les won, hands down, unanimous 10-round decision. As we move on, Les, the years 1980 were incredible, but they all were. So some of the things that followed his boxing career: 1980, inducted into the Cape Breton Sports Hall of Fame. 1980, inducted into the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame. 1980, award of recognition by the Nova Scotia Department of Culture, Recreation and Fitness. 1980, the Canadian Boxing Hall of Fame. And this took place at the KOC in Waterford, June 14th, 1980. A certificate of recognition from the Canadian Professional Boxing Federation for standards of excellence to reach the highest achievement in Canadian professional boxing. But as I talked to Les, and he gave me lots of very interesting and informative information, and I'm hoping his granddaughter is here tonight, but I'm not sure because she, going to Beck, was doing a heritage fair. And one of the things that came through in the heritage fair, I thought this was incredible. It went something like this. Did you ever want a boxing grandfather? Because I got one. Totally immeasurable. With great pride and respect, I'd like Les to come forward and be inducted into the Waterford Hall of Fame.